Welcome to the YS channel, as we just simply present our final thoughts and opinions about Macross. Do you remember love? Would you like to add anything, Cameron?
Well, we apologize for the horrible English dub that we found. It was our intention to search for the worst dub possible, but the problem is a lot of anime and live action films from Japan have been dubbed in such a poor manner that we can't look away.
Yeah, because this particular dub, I don't know if it's officially called it, but it's been affectionately known as Clash of the Bionoids dub. I mean, that's like the unofficial nickname for it. If you do like internet browsing, or I think it might have been like, I take that back. Actually, it might have been like the name that they were going to try to use to market the movie to like English-speaking Western audiences. But obviously that didn't pan out.
Well, one reason why I think this movie didn't do too well in the Western market is because of the show Robotech, which
finish your thought.
Well, Robotech used almost every episode from the original Macross TV series, which this movie is based on, but at the same time, it's edited down for content and language and other things. So the movie we saw probably is probably telling a completely different story from what the American audiences were watching on TV at the time.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch different. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you watch the original Japanese version of it, it's a really good movie, especially for like that particular type of genre, mecha, transforming mecha battlesuit animes, like Gundam or whatever, things of that nature. This is actually a really good movie.
Oh yeah, the thing I like about this movie is because it's well done. It's the aesthetic of the hand-drawn, hand-inked animation for this movie. You ever seen a classic anime movie from the 80s and early to mid 90s? You know what I'm talking about, but because the quality is so spot on and fantastic, like nothing like this was being done in Western cartoons, except for those movies done by the guy who made what's that movie? All Dogs Go to Heaven and Men Before Time.
Yeah. Overall, Western animation during that time period, you take away Disney or even like Don Bluth to an extent.
Yeah, Don Bluth. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, most of that shit doesn't quite measure up.
Oh.
I mean, there's a couple of gems here or there. It's just, the way things are like edited and filmed and the storytelling. It had to be suitable for like their target audiences.
Well,
whereas the Macross movie, this Macross movie, I don't know what the target audience was, if they're aiming for like teenagers or adults. But I mean, overall, they did a fucking great job with it, especially the fight sequences.
Well, I was about to say, the anime movie portion of Macross, the animation is actually superior to that of the TV show. Like I've seen episodes of Robotech here and there, and the movie animation improves on what you was seeing on TV by tenfold, and I actually believe the show itself might have been intended for the same audience as Gundam, but they do in a corny love triangle.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. What Japan, I think they still do it to this day, is they take some like anime or whatever, some show, that has like a weekly episode. For instance, of Macross, even like Dragon Ball to an extent, One Piece. You Gundam, they did it with Gundam.
Yeah.
Very popular franchise they have over there. you're doing like the weekly episodes, so obviously the animation quality is poorer.
Mhm.
But that's the case with like any show that has like a weekly, especially the schedule they have these shows, like the scheduled production they have these fucking shows on.
Mhm.
You know, whereas these movies would oftentimes just retell key events from like a certain period or like certain episodes, like a range of episodes or seasons. You know, just highlight like key points or whatever, and it's done with way better animation. The Fist of the North Star anime movie, you know, same thing. Like if you actually watch the original show and you watch that movie, you'll see the difference.
I want to point out something. What taking years with Disney or Don Bluth film in the United States. In Japan, they were able to do that in a few months because I'm not sure how long the Macross movie was in production, but for those who know who Mayo Hirosaki is, the guy behind Studio Ghibli, his first anime was actually a non-Ghibli film called Katsuo Kage Ashro, which was set during the second revival of the Third, and that entire movie, well done, but it was made in a period of 3 to 4 months. So I assume Macross was done in a similar time period.
Well, it is, dude. I'm pretty sure a good chunk of the animation staff was outsourced, and they literally had like an army of people, you know, filling in all the animation cells and storyboards and crap.
I'm sure they did that, but I know for a fact the anime industry in Japan is very brutal on its animators, because like most animators have done it in a period of a week. The animators are paid very, very poorly, and as a result, many experience burnout.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the Dragon Ball franchise, dude. Like, starting with the original Dragon Ball show, all the way to the fucking, you can add Dragon Ball GT because it's all one continuous run almost.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dragon Ball had like 150 something episodes, and then it ends, and it becomes Dragon Ball Z, and that one had like 250 something episodes, I believe, probably more. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, every episode was like, you know, there's been like 5 episodes just standing there like holding stupid faces, like, or,
we need
like
Goku.
Right? Yeah, we gotta stand around and hold the fucking surprised look on her face while we wait for Goku, and maybe if Vegeta will get his ass pummeled for a couple of minutes here or there. But anyway, that lasted like over 250 something episodes, and then Dragon Ball GT, you know, had like about 70 more, give or take. So you're looking at like well over 500 something episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the span of a decade. Yeah, that's fucking nuts, especially for like animation.
Oh yeah, anime in Japan is not really regulated in that country. Like if it was regulated in like industry in Japan, I'm sure the animators and all the production staff would have like more favorable working hours and conditions. But for a reason, it's not well regulated in Japan. As a result, production companies can do whatever the fuck they want to their crew.
Yeah, to an extent. You know, I think like with modern animes, you know, it's a little bit better, but you know, we're kind of drifting too far from our main topic, Macross movie.
Yeah. Well,
which again, you know, they did all that shit with it, especially the show and the movie.
Yeah.
But goddamn, you know, some of the fight sequences in the movie, like the dog fights with the mobile suits or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's some tricky, mind-blowing stuff. It's very well done.
Definitely. Like, I actually like some of the fight scenes better in Macross than I did. Remember, I watched the first Gundam movie, Char's Counterattack. There's just more going on going on, whereas Charge Counterattack, they're just like talking. I'm like, well, that's not how it goes down in a real fight. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, like you're talking about Gundam. You know what's that one? It's called G Gundam. You know that one. They should have just made a movie out of that.
Well,
yeah,
G
Gundam, all the Gundam shows.
Yeah.
So that one's kind of like the black sheep of them all because it's so different. How like the rest, like all the different iterations of the show. You know, because that one's basically just Dragon Ball Z in mobile suits.
Yeah.
But fuck, that one's definitely the most entertaining of the bunch. At least to me.
Oh, I agree. My opinion, if I had to bring all the Gundam series I've seen so far, I still place Gundam Wing at the top, but dated badly in some places, and then G Gundam is a close second. But back to Macross, like Macross, they made, in the space fights, they made the fights more engaging. In my opinion, and instead of focusing on the politics of the different factions, they just went guns blazing.
Yeah, pretty much like they're not with us; they are bad people. They fucking attack, and then boom. I know there's a sequence pretty much, I want to say in the middle of the movie, where it's not the main pilot, but it's like one of the secondary ones.
Yeah. And
then like you have like the alien race, like so they have two factions of the alien race. You got the male faction and the female faction. And obviously they're separate, they're against each other. And humans are like an antagonistic third party in some aspects. So there's a scene where like one of the secondary pilots is having a dogfight with one of the female aliens or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I mean, the race, there's a specific name for the race, but it's like, you know, like some weird ass name that's hard to say. But the point is, like, that fight, holy shit, that's like one of the best. You can call it anime gunfights or whatever, war scenes, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Like, that's one of the best ones I've ever seen.
No, I do have some criticism for Macross itself. Like, for one, like, what was the point of putting all of humanity instead of transforming robot, knowing that they would fall under attack? Because, like, in the opening minutes of the movie, that is exactly what happens, and leads to the love triangle between the new pilot of the movie.
Pirate.
Yeah, I was with a pirate. But Minmay, whatever her name was, and the commanding officer check. That is the stupid love triangle, which to me kind of weighed down the series from my perspective. But I think it spoke volumes in Japan, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, this movie is definitely made for the Japanese audience, that's for sure. Now, if I recalling all of this correctly, I know, like, Minmay falls for the pilot, they both fall for each other, and then at some point, he takes her like on the space joyride. They get kidnapped by the male version of the alien race that's like who they're at war with, and they're like male and female together.
Oh,
is that a terrible fucking sequence?
That was just
so
terrible.
He gets scolded by his commanding officer, and they go on a mission to Earth. And eventually they fall for each other. And while they're falling for each other, she comes across some like relic that has like lyrics written down on it.
Yeah, I remember that
song. And then I mean, because it's the whole thing supposed to remember love, and like love is like the fucking key to like them winning their battle against those aliens, basically.
Yeah.
Because somehow the Minmay singing just fucks with their biology.
I want to point out something in the movie when the pilot and Minmay first come together. We chose not to add that segment, part of that segment in our review, but basically I want to point out the things the pilot did did it and what we cut out, that would get him court-martialed, put him on sex offenders list.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now
That's
there's a segment. There's a segment kind of near the end of the movie where like, he tells her he don't love her anymore, and then like they have a little argument, like a lover's quarrel, and he slaps her.
Wow.
And then that's the end of their relationship. Well, that's the end of their love relationship, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like, I'm with my commanding officer now. I like it when she orders me. But
again, that's a court martial for him and his commanding officer. That was like any real reliable military operation.
True, but with that said, it happens in the movie. But of course, they go to Earth. They're looking for this thing called protoculture, which is supposed to help them like basically save their fucking space station, save the human race,
it's probably jizz. It's probably
jizz.
For all I know.
Well, that jizz is like there's more backstory like we're not gonna really touch upon.
Yeah,
but it's basically aliens like some like ancestors to the alien race that they're fighting against in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Some like ancient ancestors. They eventually find Earth and kind of colonize on Earth.
Right.
And they share like their knowledge of humanity, and that becomes like a society called protoculture.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and they record music and shit. And then that specific song, the song is called "Do You Remember Love?" Yeah, that's where the movie gets its name from.
Yeah, of course.
And basically, that music plus her singing fucks with their biology, and that's how they're able to like win.
That part I just don't understand is how the force of one woman on that Macross ship can fuck with an entire alien race. Like, race. How many people aboard that floating fortress, and for some reason she's a special one.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit here and say I totally don't understand what the fuck is going on. I do get it to an extent.
Mm.
But I was like, if I were to make a movie like that, I mean, you're going to keep the love triangle intact. Kind of have it like as a secondary event to the battle that they're in the middle of.
Yeah.
And basically, like, how they go about their relationships with the knowledge of the shit going on around them, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, nobody watches that for, the human story. They just watch it to watch fucking people in battle suits blow the shit out of each other.
Exactly. I think they added that love triangle and the fact that Minmay has the power to kill with her voice simply to please to the female audience members in Japan that might have seen this movie. Because based on the stuff I read, the target audience in Japan is actually not the men, it's the women.
Well, that's the case, and that probably would have got the roped in back in the 80s. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know, like, you know that movie was actually pretty popular when it came out in Japan.
Yeah, I know it actually was I guess, by some Japanese box office standards, a hit, but based on the dub they allowed to circulate, you have to ask yourself, so like, this movie is a hit, and you're not going to just have as dubs to circulate. I would just hire maybe some British or Canadian people to do it.
I'll be honest at this point. Just get like the people to do like Funimation.
Mm-hmm.
Just have them redub that fucking movie. At this
point. Because believe it or not, both English dubs of anime are done in Canada.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is obviously they fucked up. Whatever company went through to license the English dub, the big fucking mistake. Because I don't think there is any other official dub of that movie out. I think there's edited versions of what we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's like with some of the shit more toned down, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any other like official licensed English dub of it in existence. I could be wrong though.
There's only that one English dub because I know I remember seeing Macross Plus on television years ago, back in high school, and that was actually the Macross movie I was thinking of. This movie we found. I'm like, glad we found it, but at the same time, like, god damn, well, this is the same people that dubbed as God awful Godfrey Ho movies.
Yeah. Well, that explains the end result, dude. The English version is by far one of the most terrible fucking, I guess you could say, Trent dubbed, foreign movie I've ever fucking sat through.
Well,
it's just the English dialogue and the voice acting is fucking brutal.
Well, one reason a proper English dub has been made for a Western audience is like there's rights issues with the movie itself, or itself in Japan that prevent it from being distributed across the United States and elsewhere across the globe, actually. And that dub we found is like it's like the only attempt they made to reach out to a foreign audience of it.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point they'll get their shit together. But with that said, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
No. Well, our next movie, for those who actually bothered to watch this entire rant all the way through, we're going to suffer through a Neil Breen movie for all of you called Pass Through.
Yeah, fucking it's Mean Breen. It's the Mean Breen time.
Yeah,
it's Neil Breen.
We're all about to get Breen out here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, you're about to go through the Breen zone. Like, no. I'm not sure if I'm ready for the psychological torture.
Neil's going to bring you in ways you could never thought possible.
Like, he'll penetrate your fucking consciousness in ways I didn't know, like, my mind could be penetrated in such ways.
You will be using parts of your brain you didn't know existed to make it through one of his movies.
Like, there's a fifth quadrant to your brain. Like, that doesn't make any sense. There can only be four if it's a quadrant. Well, when you watch one of his movies, he triggers the fifth quadrant. like, that makes absolutely fucking no sense at all.
Neil Breen
activates fucking movies.
Neil Breen activates the seventh sense.
Yeah, that's seventh sense is fucking the eighth sense.
Then
basically, the best experience, you have to be fucked up with some kind of psychedelic or drunk off your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the only way you can comprehend what's going on. But we're gonna be watching it sober.
Yeah, I want to point out to the audience that I myself have watched two of his films, including this one, all the way through sober. I'll say this: Faithful Findings, this is magnum opus, but I wasn't able to find a copy of it lying around for free distribution, so we're going to use Pass Through instead, which is just a stupid. That's stupid.
He's got a new movie that's coming out this year.
Yeah, I know. It's a sequel to Twisted Pair.
Fucking
Yeah, no.
What?
I watched Twisted Pair all the way through it twice.
You poor bastard.
I've had cancer. My cancer would double its size. It's how bad that movie is.
No, what is Neil Breen is actually a cinematic genius. It's just our minds can't perceive the genius levels because we're just not smart enough to grasp.
No. Neil Breen's a fucking retard, who thinks he has an audience, and that audience that he does have only wants to mock his films.
Yeah, he has some kind of audience. Yeah, like how many movies has he made? Like at least 5, right?
5 or 6.
Yeah, he keeps making them, so someone's buying and watching them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are.
Unfortunately, I get that $40 my hard-earned money.
You paid $40? God
Well,
damn.
each of his movies are $20 on iTunes.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I figured it'd be like the five and below section or something.
No.
They have like cheap ass. They have cheap movies.
No. Even if you actually order one of his movies online, you'd be paying way more for a DVD or Blu-ray, but Blu-ray, like,
This motherfucker has
iTunes,
the audacity to charge more than $10 for his shitty movies.
the fact that he does it and he makes enough money to continue making these shitty films means in my opinion he's actually a success, but he's a success in the worst ways possible.
Yeah, he's like, dude, he's like an enigma.
Yeah,
You're like, what's that fucking guy? Who's that fucking dude from The Room?
Tell me myself.
Yeah, him. He's never a fucker like that. He's just like one of those weird ass enigmas. He just shows up. And
Actually, I was gonna say this. Yeah, I'm gonna say this.
Just makes it more interesting.
I saw The Room actually at a movie theater when they were doing like a special presentation where the audience was allowed to partake. Like he was not there or anyone else in that movie, but The Room is a masterpiece compared to anything Neil Breen has made. That's how bad Neil Breen movies are.
No, I did see Samurai Cop 2. Tommy Wiseau was in Samurai Cop 2.
Yeah, I saw that too. That movie is stupid.
Yeah.
But you want to see Tommy Wiseau is worse? Look up his TV show Neighbors.
Wait, this fucker has a TV show?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'd rather sit through the Macross dub again and watch his fucking show.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna point out, you thought The Room was bad. Neighbors makes The Room look like Titanic.
And does it make this English dub of Macross look like a masterpiece?
The English dub of Macross is Akira compared to whatever show Tommy Wiseau made.
God. Christ. Well, with that said, I think it's enough torture for our audience. So our next movie we're going to review is Neil Breen. What's the name of the movie, Cameron?
Pass Through.
Yeah, so Neil Breen's Pass Through. I've never watched it, so I get to fucking torture myself.
Oh,
Cameron here's already sat through it.
Yeah, no, it's...
he looks all giddy and happy. He's like, oh, torture porn. I love it.
I don't think when I tortured my brother, he got off of movies.
Probably like fucking clip like fucking jumper cables to your nipples and cut. Other than a fucking car battery as you fucking watch my cringe. Like, oh yes. Oh.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, but come on, you doing it. While you're doing it, you have a fucking gag ball in your mouth all the time.
Whenever I do it, I think of your wife.
Oh, isn't that nice of you?
I'm joking.
While you're fucking shoving your nipples with a gag ball in your mouth. I hope you match her and Peggy, you.
Yeah, I don't do either, but I know someone who does.
Like, I sure hope she just used a Coca-Cola bottle to fucking peg me. Oh god, you could probably edit that segment out of the video. Oh, hell no.
I will have to.
Alright. With
Yeah,
that,
I just-
that's the end of this.
I just hope your wife isn't hearing this.
If she is, so what she gonna do?
Well, slap you.
Yeah, probably. She's like, I'm very upset with you. I'm like, oh no. Let me just sit here and watch Neil Breen to pass the time.
Yeah, well, I will make sure the Neil Breen movies is on Google Drive.